Friendly reminder to chew your food. If you have issues with bloating, gas, heartburn, etc., the first thing that I'm going to ask you is, do you chew your food? Are you stressed out when you're eating? Are you eating while driving? Are you checking work emails or trying to finish a chart note or whatever you're doing while eating? That is completely bombarding your digestive process. Chewing your food mindfully is prepping digestion in your stomach. So in your mouth, you have amylase, which helps break down carbohydrates and sugars, and you have a little bit of lipase, which is the enzyme that breaks down fat. There's also 3 primary cells in your stomach that when you are chewing your food, they are getting prepped. Those are the chief cells, the parietal cells, and the mucosal cells. The mucosal cells protect the gastric lining from the hydrochloric acid because your pH of your stomach is around 2. And in the stomach, the chief cells release lipase, which I mentioned was a little bit in the mouth. Those are going to help further break down fats, as well as release pepsinogen. Pepsinogen is the inactive form of pepsin. Pepsin breaks down the proteins. The parietal cells will release what's called intrinsic factor, or IF, and that is essential for B12 absorption. Another reason why hydrochloric acid or your stomach acid is so important is because it is a precursor for that intrinsic factor, as well as the absorption of the proteins and certain minerals like zinc and iron. Not only is the hydrochloric acid needed for protein denaturation or breaking down the proteins, it's also needed to protect your body against pathogens that are commonly on the food. And it also activates the pepsinogen to pepsin. That's how it's related to breaking down the proteins. So the intrinsic factor is stimulated by the same things that stimulate the hydrochloric acid, which is histamine, gastrin, and acetylcholine. This is important to note because proton pump inhibitors, or PPIs, do not seem to inhibit the intrinsic factor, but H2 blockers do. So intrinsic factor and hydrochloric acid are BFFs, and they basically get released at the same time.